It's a gift! It's a gift, no man!
Yo, how's everyone doing
Hey,
today?
give him a
Can I
gift!
get some tryhards in
Shut
the chat?
the fuck up, dude! It doesn't matter!
Poggers.
Mother of all spring cleaning.
Oh, she does not declare it. Ha 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 ha. So whenever she does her taxes, dude, and there's one K extra. Oh, guys, wait, what 1K? What the fuck are you talking about?
Every nook and cranny of the White House will be disinfected
Hello,
before
Mom,
Joe
ma'am.
Biden sets foot in it.
There will be a very deep and extensive cleaning done of the entire White House campus.
That includes all White House furniture, doorknobs, handrails, and light switches.
Yes, that means every inch of the White House touched by human hands will be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected. The deep clean will take place on January 20th, 2021, Inauguration Day, between the hours the Trumps move out.
You can give a spouse $1,000. Okay. I'm not married! You fuck! I'm not married, bro!
Out and the Bidens move in. It will be a massive undertaking. The White House is 55,000 square feet with 132 rooms, 16 bedrooms, and 35 bathrooms. That's 814 doorknobs. Tim Chatfield, CEO of cleaning experts Jit Jat Joe, says they'll use disinfecting misters like this to get the job done quickly and efficiently.
The electrostatic sprayer turns the disinfectant into a very fine mist, electrically charges it, and then it bonds to the surface to kill any viruses that are on hard surfaces.
And there's growing outrage today over what
Wait
many
a minute.
say is the special treatment that President Trump's pals got as they battled COVID-19. Chris Christie, Ben Carson, and Rudy Giuliani recovered quickly from the virus, while thousands of ordinary Americans.
Dude, my man is sweating balls, dude. Holy shit. Look at him, dude. Recovered what? Dude, he's
Thousands of ordinary
dripping.
Americans are fighting for their lives in hospitals every day. Giuliani even boasted that his celebrity status meant he got the best treatments available.
I think if it wasn't me, I wouldn't have been put in the hospital.
He left the hospital just 3 days after he was admitted. He got the same cocktail of drugs the president got back in October.
I have to say, the minute I took the cocktail yesterday, I felt 100% better. It
Wow.
works very quickly. Wow.
The cocktail you've been given, it's not something
he's being
the
weird.
normal American is
This
going
is
to be
weird.
able to get because it's quite expensive. Is that a concern for you?
Well, I didn't know that. I mean, they give it here at this hospital.
Dr. Arthur Kaplan is a medical ethicist at the NYU Grossman School of Medicine.
It is obnoxious that some of our most highly
Guys, what is this? What's my mom doing on the PVC's desk? Dude, what is that? Okay. Okay, dude, shut up.
visible politicians in the Trump administration are bragging about getting early access to experimental drugs when there are Americans who are facing rationing just to get into a hospital
Wait a minute, what does the guy say?
is obnoxious.
I mean, they give it.
Is a medical ethicist at the NYU Grossman School of Medicine.
A medical ethicist?
It is obnoxious that some of our most highly visible politicians in the Trump administration are bragging about getting early access to experimental drugs when there are Americans who are facing rationing just to get into a hospital.
Shut the fuck up, idiot. What? No, okay, as much as this would make sense, if let's say people that are part of officials that keep the system rolling are sick, it benefits everybody that they would recover faster. Right? I mean, no, it doesn't.
Pog.
Guys, some people that work, dude, what? Okay, this is interesting.
The warlord.
So the love is more valuable. Dude, that's not. Oh my god, this chat is. Oh my god, dude.
We've never seen this
Please go on Twitter and go make some crying tweet or something like that. Go feel better about yourself, dude.
A presidential candidate campaigning on election day.
Guys, if let's say it's not Trump, okay? Because let's say it's Biden is elected and he's working in the office and he's making rules and laws and he's working to make the country better. Let's say, and he gets sick. Would you not want him out of the hospital in 2 days instead of, let's say, 7? Does that not benefit everybody more since he could get to work faster and get into control and do good things faster?
I am looking forward to it. Have a good stream. xQc LXQC 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 LXQ.
Mr. Vice President.
Joe Biden, accompanied by his granddaughters, headed to Pennsylvania, the state that could very well determine the outcome. He stopped by his boyhood home in Scranton, where he wrote this poignant message on the wall. From this house to the White House with the grace of God. November 3rd,
guys, I want to diffuse the chat. I want to diffuse this chat. Okay, I want to make this clear. I want everybody to be happy. Next time, some important person that does things, okay, is sick. Listen, they don't deserve shit. Fuck them all, dude. They should send a grandma to give them a glass of water, okay, and some Tylenol at most. And whatever they ask for anything they can pay money for, fuck them. Fuck them, fuck them, fuck them. Barricade their door and just don't give them anything else but water and salt. Make them go to try to get the sin. Make them pray, motherfucker. Dude, make them do some sort of fucking ritual or some shit with some dust. That's what they deserve, dude.
President Trump had a low-key day, his only excursion to election headquarters in Virginia, where he got a rousing welcome from campaign workers.
I think we have a very solid chance of winning.
This morning, he called into his favorite morning show, Fox and Friends.
This is the news.
Tired and hoarse.
Oh, this is old. What the fuck am I watching just did?
It's the tense moment a deputy sheriff stops a black man out for a jog.
You're not in any trouble or anything? There is a burglary that happened. You kind of fit the description. Let me just make sure that you're not him, okay?
But the jogger, Joseph Griffin, is the wrong man, as will soon become obvious.
I'm a vet. I have my ID. Okay, can I see your ID? Yeah. You literally, they said white tank top, black shorts. And they said that you had a beard, all right? So I'm not saying it's you, but it was a black male. Again, not saying it's you, buddy.
Griffin, a former Army Staff Sergeant, streams the encounter on Facebook Live.
If something happens to me, y'all better raise hell.
15 minutes later, he is released.
We just got the picture finally from the witness, and it's, I get why they went out with you for sure. Clearly not
now
you,
what?
But the clothing description and everything match.
The encounter is now going viral and being hailed as a good example of how both cops and suspects should act in these situations that sometimes turn deadly.
Thank you for Officer Estrada here, who told me from the get-go, hey, I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. So definitely appreciate that. Why did they cut him
wrong time. Here's the real suspect, side by side with Griffin. I spoke with Griffin today.
It's definitely a frustrating situation. Nobody wants to go for a jog and end up in handcuffs. But I do understand that officers have to do their job. Just certain ways we can go about it.
The Volusia County Sheriff in Florida was so impressed with how Griffin handled himself, he actually tried to hire the registered nurse.
Did you offer him a job?
I did. I have 40 openings. And in today's climate, between COVID-19 and what's going on with law enforcement and the minority community, I can't fill them.
So he'd be a great addition to the force.
I don't think I could pay it.
The real
guys, this motherfucker's bald.
Suspect. I spoke with Griffin today.
A moment for police, for America.
I see this as definitely a teaching moment for America.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Wow, we 18 months. Wow, we Wazul house punk.
Okay, next. As for Cos wants to know, nah, it wasn't that bad. David was fine.
Got a welcome to the jungle. So
Dude, honestly, if you get out of your house without doing a backflip and dying in your stairs, you're like a god.
Crazy long lines at food banks across the USA. But now we're also seeing this. Desperate people apparently struggling to feed their families, shoplifting for staples like bread, eggs, and milk.
These are people who you would not think would shoplift. They probably never shoplifted before. We can catch 10 to 20 people a day, and think about the ones we don't catch. It might be 3 or 4 times that amount.
54 million Americans are going hungry every day, up 45% from last year. In New York City, corner convenience stores, also known as bodegas, are stocked with essential items people need in their daily lives. At the beginning of the pandemic, they were lifelines for hard-hit communities. But as the months wore on, these mom-and-pop stores became, more than ever before, targets for shoplifters.
In this particular bodega, we have had shoplifting go through the roof. It's a disaster
Jesus,
right now.
man.
Fernando Mateo represents bodega owners.
People rob blatantly. They know there are cameras everywhere, yet they still take the risk. It's up maybe 200–300% in some bodegas.
Mateo says while he feels some sympathy for shoplifters trying to feed their families, many of the thieves are just that.
Guys, that was one of the good things that I asked AOC whenever we were in that convo. She was saying that if you donate to food banks, right, they get stuff at cost or whatever, and they have the infrastructure to do well with it. So if you donate to food banks, it's actually really good, and it does go to people, and that's really good.
That thieves.
Bodega owners are poor people as well. You know, you're not robbing from the rich. You're robbing from the poor.
The organization No Kid Hungry is working to provide for those children who are experiencing food insecurity. And if you'd like...
The most daring rescue of 2020.
These people heroically came to the rescue of others in 2020. Home surveillance camera shows a man desperately knocking on his neighbor's door for help. Billy Bass says he was home alone eating steak when he started to choke on a piece.
That's really scary.
I had to think quick, and I couldn't speak. So my instinct was to go to my neighbor's. I was dying. I only had about 30 seconds left.
You're joking? I looked at him when I opened the door. I knew something was wrong,
that's really scary.
And I knew that I had to do something quickly.
His neighbor, Karen Aranda, knew exactly what to do and helped him clear his airway.
Did they come out? Yeah, they came out. Get water, bring water! Call 911! No? I can read that.
Bass was relieved and grateful for his quick-acting neighbor.
Chat, you should Google this, chat. The Heimlich maneuver. Maybe you should know how to do this, okay?
Aranda says she even
if you're not that good at it, you'll probably crack somebody's rib or something. Like maybe you'll break 2, maybe even 3. Fuck it, dude.
Surprised herself.
I can't even do a push-up. So where I got the strength from, I have no idea. You gotta get out the car!
Some people could only watch in horror as an SUV slowly sank into the water in New Jersey. But others jumped in to help. One man beat them to it and was able to pull the driver out through the window.
He's out! He's out! Look at these
Guys, what is he doing there?
This is the hero of the night, 29-year-old Anthony Capuano. He's a lifeguard, swim instructor, and he's an amputee. Anthony lost his leg about 12 years ago, but when he was working out at a nearby park and saw the accident happen, he knew he had to help.
This is like a suction type of leg. Yeah. So literally I would just like take it off, and then I just pulled it off, and I pulled it from my pants, and I just swam.
When Anthony swam ashore with the SUV driver, people were waiting there to help him finish the job and to commend him for his bravery.
This dude right here jumped in the water, y'all. Good job, man.
2 young children and their grandmother were rescued from floodwaters by a man who was determined not to let them get swept away.
Once we saw them, I knew I had to approach the situation and help them out.
Mike Wilson and his family were returning from a camping trip when they encountered flooded roads and noticed a car stuck with people inside. Wilson kicked off his flip-flops and waded in. carrying the kids to his pickup truck one at a time, handing them off.
What's the way that we watch a video about some wholesome thing and then some guy says some really wholesome testimony and the first thing we say is, what is that fucking bike, dude?
His wife. Then he helped walk the grandmother through the strong current to safety. It was risky, but the Wilsons say they couldn't just leave the family there. A dad was trying to keep it together when he and his 4 kids got caught in their car in a flood. But some good Samaritans with a backhoe came to his rescue.
Hold on to that kid. Hold on to the kid. We'll get you out. Don't worry.
The helpers were able to grab one child while the dad got his other kids out of the car and onto the roof. One of the kids couldn't make it on top and hung onto the side of the car for dear life.
Grab me by the wrist.
Just like that, the rescuers were able to pull him onto the backhoe. One by one, each child joined them, and then Dad was safely out of the water. They all rode out of the flood to awaiting first responders in the basket of the backhoe. An unusual rescue vehicle, but an effective one.
Oh my God.
This couple's life together started off on the wrong foot when a wave swept them into the ocean while they were taking their wedding photos. A bystander in Laguna Beach caught the whole thing on video, but stopped recording to call 911 for help. A lifeguard came to the couple's rescue, first getting the groom close enough to shore so he could swim. Then the lifeguard went back for the bride, fighting through rough waves to get her, and then more waves as he tried to swim her to safety. Another lifeguard came to assist, and the couple was eventually reunited thanks to these brave and strong swimmers.
Get out! Jump!
2 good Samaritans ran toward this flaming pickup truck as the driver tried to escape the wreck on a Florida highway. One of the men said he noticed many people witness the dangerous situation, but not many of them were trying to help.
I looked to the left, and I looked to the right, and I saw 20 people with their cell phones out, not doing nothing, and I said, it's on me.
The driver was able to get most of his body out of the window when these 2 heroes ran to his aid to help him the rest of the way out, preventing a possible tragic outcome.
This sounds like a Super Smash
The driver
song.
was shocked to see a car in flames on the side of a Massachusetts highway and knew he had to help. Harold Greer pulled over and his dash cam recorded the whole thing. When he arrived, another man was already pulling one person out of the burning car.
I asked him if he needed any more help, and he asked me to call 911. That's why I ran back to my Jeep.
Then more people came to help, pulling a second person out of the car. Greer says it's a good thing people stopped to help because the driver of the car was so badly injured, he wouldn't have made it out of the crash on his own.
Everybody just keeps driving by.
All these wholesome stories. Thanks, man.
Alive in a car.
The dash cam also caught this touching moment of the injured driver thanking his rescuer.
I'm feeling pretty sure right now, dude.